Hey ladies and gentleboys, Spassy Dragon here, aka Syndromes, and welcome back to Avorion, or welcome to Avorion, depending on if you're watching this first episode or the pilot episode first. Yeah. So, in the pilot episode, I talked about the potential ideas that I had for this playthrough, which is to keep it as vanilla as possible, really. The whole idea right now would be to just start to play with a few tweaks to my usual way of doing things. For those of you who have never watched any of these episodes of mine, you probably don't know, but I have a sort of a established way of doing things in Avorion, which is to start off by creating a sort of a independent, autonomous mining drone and just flying around doing stuff as it mines the stuff for me. But I decided not to do it that way this time. So I kind of want to avoid using many ships. As you can see, we have our own first ship. This is where we left off the pilot episode. We had the ship be built by our friends, our benefactors, the Commonwealth of Aropo. And yeah, we are going to be using this ship and building on top of it as we progress through the game. This thing's going to become more elaborate, more bigger, more meaner, more stronger, and hopefully it's not going to go up in flames, as things usually tend to do in this game. So, in the previous episode, we stopped right as we created the ship, and I said that I kind of don't want to waste too much time shooting asteroids, because that's not really fun to watch in a video like this. And so instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking for jobs, because missions were actually one of the things that I really did not explore too much in my previous playthroughs. So the way we're going to do this is we are going to open our strategy mode and go to crew and take a look what sort of captains do we actually have. You see, the thing about captains in this new version, well, new version is not really saying something. This is for the benefit of the people who are currently watching this video and haven't touched Avorion for a while. So one of the things is that captains, depending on what kind of captain specialization you get, is to provide ships with additional things. So for example, having a merchant captain, if I remember correctly, and actually we don't really need to guess. So let's hire the crew, let's take a look. You'll notice that what it has is the ability to have inbuilt, quote, inbuilt cargo licenses, which will allow you to actually transport suspicious and dangerous, in this case, in the case of this captain in particular, suspicious and dangerous cargo without, having to buy yourself a separate license. That being said, every single type of captain is going to have their own unique sets of perks, so to speak. Let's call it perks. And yeah, that's exactly how it's going to go. Now, merchant is not what I'm looking for. If anything, I want to take a look at the equipment dealer and see if we have something else, something new on the market. So, something that I really will want to do is get some bolters, because I've always found bolters to be an interesting choice when it comes to very early game. In this case, not really sure how much benefit, how big of a benefit is it's going to be, but seeing as there are no bolters in this section, we can ignore this sector entirely, because we don't really have anything much here. So what I'm going to do is going to just talk to this loader and find out where the home sector for the people are and make my way there. So one of the things that they changed over the previous version is that you don't drain energy as you would previously. It will take that chunk away and, as much as you need. So that's a good change. I thoroughly approve of that. One thing that I actually did just notice is we don't have actual um, combat capabilities. Let's actually just fix that. What I'm going to do is just going to put these two guns over here. We are not going to have enough people for this, so if we go into the ship profile, crew, let's use auto assign. I don't have any free crew, so these things are not going to be active until I visit some sort of station, grab a crew from there. But yeah, what I'm currently looking for is a mission to take to earn some money, and also to get the crew, and of course to fit out the ship a little bit more. My current idea is to get at least, say, 300,000 credits, and after that we can actually start doing something with the ship itself. So, what do we have over here? We have a chain gun, fine chain gun, no bolters, oddly enough. But that's not surprising, I suppose. Still, what kind of captains do we have? Let's see. We have another merchant captain, which we don't want, and no class of captain. Those are the cheapest ones to hire, but at the same time, they don't provide any sort of benefit for your ship, so those are the ones I kind of want to not actively avoid, but rather, you know, if I have a better choice, I would rather take that. So let's grab a few crew members so that we can actually start using our guns. And I think that one of the other things that I really want to get is some sort of subsystem. So these are arbitrary turrets. If you install one of these subsystem controls, you will be able to put any sort of turret inside of that slot. Now, I don't want that. I actually want a proper hold durability and weakness against antimatter. Now, antimatter, I think the bolters did count as antimatter, so having a shieldless ship with a weakness to antimatter sounds a little bit a bad idea. So this selection of things is going to get recycled in 14 minutes. So what I'm going to do, since they are so cheap, I'm going to grab this control unit, this low-tier control unit, and I'm going to install it permanently. It is going to take a bit of our surplus energy, that is fair, and one of them is currently already being used by... it is being supplemented by this energy generator. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to find us a neat little titanium asteroid, and very quickly... Now, this ship does not actually have a titanium, a mining turret on it, so instead, I'm going to have to mine it with my drone. I just need to find one. That is easier said than done. I don't immediately see any titanium asteroids. But yeah, the one thing I really want to make sure is that we're not going to have any sort of energy-related problems. And wow, this is probably the first time where I see a starting sector without a single titanium asteroid. That's actually pretty interesting. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it. We are going to very quickly grab those crew members, because if we're going to go out, we might as well make sure that we have the ability to shoot people back. And one of the things that I really want to do is make sure that one of the first missions we get is actually related to shooting. So we're just going to grab 2 of these. There we go. And there we go. We actually have... Yeah, there we go. That is actually good enough. Do we have any additional slots, by the way? We have another armed slot, which is actually pretty neat, and another arbitrary turret, which makes sense. We did buy and install a combat system, so let's deck these things out, make sure our ship is actually ready for war, And I think that for now, I'm just going to buy 2 of these standard dual chain guns. I don't really think we need anything more than that for now. So one's going to go here, and the other one is going to go over there. We will need to buy 2 more gunners. There we go. Hey, there we go. This is actually going to be better. We have room for a unarmed turret slot. I guess I'm just going to very quickly just slap a mining turret on it, since we do have the ability to do so. And just for that, I need another crew member, and it can just be a regular one like this. I think we need 2 of those. There we go. Alright, ladies and boys, we do have our ship ready. The one other thing we need to do is give these guys their own... Yep, there we go. Much better. Alright, ladies and boys, let's find ourselves a mission. Bulletin boards. Resource shortage, shortage, wanted, dead, not alive. That actually sounds something we could do. Military outpost, what do you have for us? Not trade goods, bulletin board. Dead, not alive, medium difficulty, 70,000. Looking for a bounty hunter. The target is wanted for multiple crimes against civilians. You know what? Let's try. I'm not going to say that this ship is amazingly equipped to deal with something like that, but we're not really going to earn money by not doing things. Okay, that's actually kind of interesting. So, I just read the mission briefing for the mission that we just took. Thank you for accepting the contract. Your target, the renegades of the family. They have been causing trouble attacking ships and stations and stealing from us. They claim to belong to a large syndicate, but it turns out that they're just outcasts. Do not misunderstand us. We need them dead. Do not try to capture them, the commune. So, the thing is, one of the other things that I really want to try in this particular playthrough is get to know the previous DLC a little bit better. For some reason, I never really got to, explore it a little bit more. So, getting the purple missions and meeting with Izzy, again, might actually be a good thing for us. Alright, what is this? So, the Commonwealth... So that is a lifter belonging to the guys that we actually spawned in. Yes. Ask for target. What do you want? Do you see I have problems of my own? What's going on? We were attacked by a group of ships. They said they belonged to the syndicate, the family, but we don't really believe that. How? They said that we deliver weapons to the Cavaliers. But we're just doing our job moving freight. We don't deserve to get attacked for that. Where did they go? How do you care? Are you hunting them? Yes, I want a bounty. Good. They'll get what they deserved. Our scanners show that they jumped to sector this afterwards, and then we stopped tracking them. Thank you. Good luck. You're doing a good deed. Yes, I am. So where is that? Oh wow, that is a long time. I guess this will be fine. Let's go. Knock knock, Buttercup, guess who? So that's a wreckage. So we didn't actually find them. We found a wreckage, though. We found quite a few wreckages, actually. Alright. So, we didn't find the dudes. They were certainly here. It's going to be interesting to see what they think when something like this comes after them. Actually, I kind of wonder, are we really going to be able to engage a 70,000 credit mission? One way to find out. Proceed, showing more recent entries. We're attacked in sector. Managed to initiate emergency hyperspace jump. Pursuer still on track. Alright, the renegades of the family. Oh wow. That is a lot of jumps for something so simple as a mission. This little brief excursion of ours actually did manage to drain a lot of our battery, so that is definitely something we will need to fix over time. Oh, alright, that is interesting. Ah, so the rumors are true. They sent out a bounty hunters for us. Yes, feeling flattered? And you believe that you can capture us, you worm? Not with so many ships, actually. I have my doubts. We'll see about that. Let's just... preemptively... Okay, no, this is a little bit too much. Alright, lesson learned. We are not exactly capable of doing this just yet. Mission failed! Yeah, no kidding. Got walloped. Okay. Lesson learned. Build up the ship before engaging targets. Alright. 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 We can figure this out. We can figure this out. We need to figure this out. We need to build up the ship a little bit. And after that, we can come back. Well, take that mission again. And show them what for. I had a feeling that we might end up in a situation like this. But to be fair, it's not like we lost anything. So the thing is, we are currently sitting at 670 hull, which is honestly not a lot. So that's easily one of the first things that I really want to fix about the ship. I really want to beef it up a little bit, but that really requires us to have a little bit more of, well, anything and everything, honestly. First things first, energy generation. That is something we really want to do. And after that, we can actually clad this thing in armor and kind of figure it out from there. That sounds like an idea. So that is actually going to be our kind of short-term goal for these first episodes. This ship is not really ready for war yet, but we'll fix that. So, the adventurer. Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you again. Sorry again for your ship. I'm still working on your compensation. Yeah, well, you know, this ship is not really... Yeah. So I see you're operating on your own instead of working in the big faction. We should work together and show them that they're not as great as they think. Will you help me? How can I help? You seem like someone who just gets back up when they're beaten down. Well, I don't really have a choice, otherwise I can't play the game, can I? I was looking for someone like you, actually. What for? I'm on a research mission. I want to find out where the Zotan are coming from. You know what the Zotan is. Yes, I only killed the end boss 3 times now. So, I'm not going to bore you with this, but what the adventure is going to give us is one of these things. Now, the only problem with this is that, honestly, right now, I have really no use for this thing. This is not really a good deal. Alright, so my question right now is, does this system have any titanium for us? Because right now, that is really just the limiting factor. I need to find a little bit more titanium, use it to give us a little bit more energy, so I can put a little bit more armor on this. And that's easier said than done, apparently. As already said, iron I can just buy. Iron is cheap. But when it comes to titanium, by the time we get the ability to purchase it off of resource depots, we'll probably be in neonite. So titanium is actually the one thing that we kind of want to look out for. Alright, so honestly, if I just click repair, that's fine. So we actually do need more titanium. which really just... we're really just back where we started from. Alright, we did have some iron in the starting sector, so I'm just going to jump back there and check it out. Alright, boys and girls, and with that exhilarating display of gameplay out of the way, we have the ability not only to repair our ship, but also to upgrade it a little bit. And I'm going to do that as I'm docked to the station, because as I'm doing it, I will most likely need to also buy, well, hire some crew members as well. We're not indentured servants, we still pay them. Don't worry about it. So let's first of all repair the ship. There we go. Alright, so rules of trade, that is not something that we're really interested in. So out of curiosity, if I install this thing, how is our energy? That's not that bad. I think we'll survive. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to expand on our ship a little bit sideways. So, we're going to go for titanium, and we're going to go for the titanium generator, and kind of like this. Okay, this is... So this armor plate is not exactly 1. Actually, this whole ship is not exactly N1. So, hot tip when it comes to construction. Pick a solid number, solid division. Because if you don't, bad things will happen. So, I'm going to make sure that everything that I do, all of the sizes that I do, can be divided by 0.2. So I can go from 1 to 1.2 to 0.4, 0.2, but not 0.5. Because if you make that mistake, bad things will happen. Alright, that is good energy generation. Now, I also want a energy container. A little bit smaller. We don't need as much of it as we do with energy generation. It's going to be kind of like this. There we go. That's perfectly fine. And now we have that, we can actually start doing something with our armor. And considering we do have a lot of titanium armor is something that I kind of want to do. At least for now, because it is lightweight. Boy, is it lightweight. But I think that in order to do this, we would need to have a separate episode. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use 0.4 thickness blocks. And for now, I'm just going to cover some of these exposed areas, like so, and not really worry about the design of the ship just yet. For now, I just want to make sure that in the case of getting attacked, we're not going to lose anything. And this is most likely the easiest way to do it from. Kinda like this. There we go. Everything needs to be nice and neat. And there we go. So, funny thing, just by doing that, our hull has just went up. We basically just doubled the hull. So, I think we're going to do this justice in the next episode. What I really want to try to do is make sure that we do have our propulsion settled. Because that is the one thing... We want to make sure that we have the ability to run away really, really fast when needed. That sounds like a very good thing to do. And we're going to do something like this. There we go. This will be fine. So we are still only at 3 subsystem slots. That's adequate, I guess. Reaching the next one is something I want to do as soon as possible. I think we can go up to 5, I think, without hitting the limit. We'll see. But yeah, this is going to be enough for the first episode. We bit off a little bit more than we could chew. That is part of the course for this game. I really don't think that that's going to be a problem. We did install the scanner, which means that we should be picking up yellow sectors like this, so we can actually go and explore those as soon as possible. And of course, we can also grab more titanium and put more armor on it, and basically beef up the ship a little bit and try that mission again. Yes, pirate trouble, profit incoming, yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, so we're going to leave here for now, and I'll see you in the next episode, guys.